Hi again. Okay, so on the bottom was the Tower card. This is a little bit different than the Tower in uh, normal tarot. So it's not actually as bad as the Tower card normally indicates in tarot. So it's number 19, which also again makes me think of the sun. And the Six of Spades. So the Six of Pentacles, which also in the Thoth deck means Moon and Taurus. So that might be important. Sun, Moon. Also giving some advice, maybe. It is positive. Its keywords are ambition, arrogance, authority, in all caps, borders, bureaucracy, corporation, confinement, conglomeration, dogma, ego, franchises, government, guidance, rules, high self-esteem, higher education, imprisonment, kind of like the devil card, isolation, law, limitations, loneliness, official, protection, schools, and separation. Could be something like this, keeping two people separate as well. And keep in mind things going both ways. So I would say the opposite of that is again, kind of like enhancing or underlining the negative parts like dogma and ego and imprisonment, isolation. So the full meaning, trying to stay a little more optimistic here. Really? My iPhone 5, when Apple announced that they were the batteries were going to be not working as well, and they were listing off all the phones that might be affected. Mine wasn't even on the list. That's how ancient it is. Need to get a new phone. So, anyways, sorry for all the interruptions. My goodness, the full meaning of this card is institutions and structure. Here are the great buildings in our lives, such as hospitals, libraries, courthouses, schools, museums, etc. The tower represents places with large structures and expansive networks of people. Things to do with the government or military are signified, as well as things to do with justice and higher education. The card to the right indicates what type of institution is being referred to. So the key, having key to justice, imprisonment, I think of, like letting something out. Like I said, the missing puzzle piece to question inquiry. Maybe you're wondering about something, waiting to hear back on whether or not you got into a program, and that's that key, that Ace of Pentacles, that little bit of information that is coming through. Maybe some sort of legal decision. For love, this is a serious and powerful relationship with a firm foundation. So, again, it has something to do with love, too. For career, it's a high-ranking position, a working environment that allows you to advance. Timing is 19 days or weeks. The image origins. The wall and the tower here are taken from the Ten of Pentacles card, and the tower is topped with a turret borrowed from the Four of Wands. That card has been coming, the Four of Wands has been coming through a lot recently, like all the time, really, and in other tarot videos that I've listened to from other readers. So it might be important. Lots of different meanings with that card. You're welcome to look them up on your own, but Four of Wands, fire, yeah. So Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, I feel like mainly like with both of those combined, like some sort of stage, or maybe like theater too, and performance, some kind of place you might go to see, something like that. Also, I think of like the Olympics, or also the Greek G&C came up, so I think of like a Greek tragedy or something, but hopefully not. But you get my point. But both of these cards are positive, so it's interesting, like maybe two positives make a negative, or like again, it doesn't always have to be so negative, and it definitely depends on your situation, because maybe, again, with significant relationships and love and a positive career change, institutions, higher education, learning something about someone else also, maybe this is gone, and these two positive intentions, or two people coming from positive, I think I'm stumbling on my words tonight, but now that that's maybe gone, these people can come together. Maybe something having to do with opposites or balance also, since it does reduce down to a 6, and we have the Six of Pentacles here, so or Six of Spades, and yeah, so Tower, the key. Maybe you feel like you've been locked in a tower and you're waiting for by something, some sort of outside force, and you are waiting to be let out. Also think of like, any sort of society or something like that. Maybe some of those songs from the Information Society, which is like my new favorite. Their videos are so entertaining to me. And they somehow really sum up things going on. They're in this supplementary and some other playlist I've put up, so you can find that kind of really have to do a lot with what's going on now, which I think is interesting. But yeah, key to the tower, being let out. I think of like Rapunzel being stuck in the tower. Also just thought of rock climbing for some reason. Lots of just verticalness. And the two moons here. Again, sun and moon. And the opposites. These two people in color, and maybe uniting, opposites attract kind of thing. The key to unchaining their chains so they can get maybe out of this tower, or start that firm foundation relationship or something like that. So what key are you missing? What is it that you need more information on? Where can you go, even if it's just, your local library, looking something up online, or yeah. I also think of cave, exploration, depths, underground, something kept underground, under wraps. I just thought of like some sort of crypt, like underground crypt where they would keep like old, like ancient things and things like that. So the devil card has actually come through for a few different things, like even UFOs, aliens, has a different description. This can also, you can see his bat wings here, some sort of otherworldly type creature, isolation. Like I also think, again, I think of like isolated country or something like that. Yeah. So let's see. Moving right along to, let me sum this up and then move on to some love cards. I'll pull from the Winged Enchantment. So yeah, what do you need to do to get free? What do you need more information on? How can you get more information on that subject? It's about knowing the right questions to ask, knowing who to ask. So I feel like the information's there, and I just thought of a Bible quote, actually. If you seek me, you'll find me. And I feel like that also very much, at least I hope that there's some people out there that have really followed along here, and not to say that I'm, you know what I mean, but everything's in the details, and you really have to kind of see how things overlap. And if you follow along here, along with my stories, narratives, videos, and then all the songs, and to see how things align with what's going on in current events and pop culture and things like that. Just everything, the entire storyline that's been going on here for the past year, I feel like you would understand better. But if you were to just pop in here, and haven't really followed along, you wouldn't see the full picture. So I'm only starting to understand that, yeah, if you really were to delve into the depths of what's going on here, you would see why it's important, and why it is as in-depth as it is, and starting to understand that phrase, if you seek me, you'll find me, on some level, just because the most intricate, complicated things are oftentimes not obvious, so you have to look, you really have to look. And it's also, this whole thing is also kind of shown me, just another thought, it's also kind of shown me the importance of the present moment, because, yeah, of course, you can go back and look at the videos, and you could probably even Google what happened that week and see how it aligned with, all the predictions, how they worked out and how things came through. But I feel like it was most impactful when it was in real time and you experienced something, you listened to the reading, you heard the messages, you watched the videos, and saw how the different things that we talked about here came through in different contexts and in real time, in the media, in all of that. And it just kind of shows the importance of being present and in the moment, and maybe kind of like the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Cups I also think of. Yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. But yeah, it's interesting. So, and I have to, where did I put the runes? Show you those too. So, to sum up this reading, general part of this reading, people, anything I missed? Parrot. Turkey's on the bottom, I'll go parrot. Parrot is number 25. Colorful, optimistic. I am Parrot, the fierceness of color and the flash of light. I am the climax of magical color and the blending of light and shadow. Kind of like I was talking about the devil and the two people. I am the bridge of communication. I will mimic you, teaching you the proper use of integration and expression. I am the power of words and the effects of speech. I can learn your voice with as much ease as you can learn mine. Words are portals in time, framing the evolution of verbal magic. There are no barriers, or borders, except those created by humanity. That's a good point. All the problems we have are the ones we created ourselves. So, where did I leave off? We're all different colors of the same spectrum. This may be a time to clear your throat and let your voice sing out. I am flamboyant and dazzling. I want to be seen. I yearn to be heard. It is time to break down the walls and explore the vastness of your own brightness. Integrate everything you hear around you. You're dazzling. You're expressive. You're free-spirited. You're a parrot. So yeah, really listening. Really taking in everything you hear around you. And I've been doing that a lot lately as I go about whatever it is I'm doing, painting or doesn't matter, but if I'm like listening to TV, it's very odd. It kind of aligns with what it is I'll be doing. Even the color I'll go for, it'll be someone on TV will say blue as I go for blue. And it's just, yeah, integrating almost as advice. I feel like, not to go overboard with it, always use your own judgment and discernment and all that, intuition, but to take it in as suggestions, advice, some sort of like proposal, like the Ace of Pentacles, of something that you could maybe incorporate, just listening, because I feel like things that want to come through or could help you sometimes come through in all different ways. I mean, if you were trying to get a message through to someone, what would you do if you couldn't talk to them directly? You'd work through other people. You would work through any means that you have. So even just, passing conversations that you hear on the street, sometimes that's an answer I was looking for, kind of like the key, came through just as I needed it, through someone I just heard passing me saying the exact right thing I needed to hear. So just, listening, keeping your ears open, keeping your eyes open, taking in all the information, expression, integration, communication, the bridge of communication, verbal magic, no barriers except those created by humanity, and all different colors of the same spectrum. Really taking that in, understanding what it means. So really seeing someone for who they are, really seeing the situation for what it is, listening, knowing who needs to be heard, it's time to break down the walls and explore the vastness of your own brightness. Being a little bit free-spirited, being open-minded, and mimicking in order to learn something and then to make it your own. The power of words and the effects of speech. I mean, words are powerful, and so maybe it's also to be cognizant of that as well, what we say, and maybe even just switching up the colors, what you're wearing, painting a wall, anything to just sort of change the atmosphere a little bit, bringing the good out of everything, maybe something with accents, good linguistics and accents, and I can't do accents to save my life. I even had a friend who was a professional accent teacher, I mean, I can do some like Southern accents because I lived there, but he was trying to teach me how to. This is when we worked in a restaurant, and we were both hosts, and we were closing the restaurant, and we were waiting for. We weren't allowed to leave until every guest patron had left. I think it was Six of Pentacles, like at a restaurant. But yeah, and it was very, very late, and a few tables just would not leave, and I think I had to like open the next day, and I'm like, get out of here, go home. So he was trying to teach me how to say, go home. We were just trying to kill time, and he was trying to teach me to say, go home with an Australian accent because I love Australian accents, and I still can't say the simple phrase. It comes out of some sort of Jamaican Cockney like accent. So I don't know, maybe it has something to do with accents or disguises as well. Just try to see how all of these things could apply or point you in the right direction, or maybe be confirmation or something like that for whatever it is that you're wondering. Where does this, what does that remind you of, is how I usually go at it. And what is that train of thought? Where does that lead you? What new place does that train of thought lead you that maybe you wouldn't have thought about before? So it doesn't necessarily have to be the exact answer, but a key, it's the thing that unlocks the door towards where it is, the door of perception. So let's see. This came through. It's Isa, so ice. It's about a standstill. Isa, also I heard that as a name for Jesus too, I think. Yeah, and 33, so maybe there's something like having to do with that. This is Hagalaz. It's kind of like the tower too. It has something to do with like a disruption or again, interference or something like that, or surprise, a tower. I'll put links for that below. And the third one, but it's also HI. I think this is N. Sometimes I spell them out too. Sometimes I spell out names. HI, and this is either Z or N. But this has to do with constraints. Something having to do with an old-timey weapon that I think, I might be making this up, it might be for a different one, but pretty sure it has to do with a weapon that was made out of like wood or something that spoke about how your weapon can either it's something having to do with a bow. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I haven't looked at this in so long. Something having to do with some kind of old bow, an arrow type thing that saying that the thing that you use to defend yourself can also harm you, if that makes sense. So, but I'll put links for that below, and you can check those out. That's a quote from this is what he was hanging on, so you can see it's like not very. Literally, it was just like hanging from it. What's this part? Yeah. It's just like a big kimono with like, not even so much, but kind of bat wingy, like a robe-ish. So wrinkly. And I tried to show this dress a million times in videos that never came through, and I even talked about it in one of the videos, but it's this vintage Oscar de la Renta dress. I think I might as well show you now. So doing sort of a creative reading. Yeah, this is it. It comes up here, and it's just like such a fun party dress. I don't know if anyone will find it inspiring. Not, you know, it's kind of taffeta, checked lace. This Oscar Renta Studio, Bergdorf Goodman's at the Plaza, New York. So it's really fun to wear. It's like comes down. It looks longer than it is. But this is like right below the bust line, so it's pretty short actually. Yeah, it has a tulle underneath it for extra oops. A little chilly in here. All right. Pterosexual magic. We'll see. Pull one for each elemental sign. So I don't think I have enough time to go through each sign. So let me shuffle these. I'm learning them slowly because they have different meanings. And see what people need to know. What would be fun or helpful or entertaining. Get to know information. Things to look forward to. Well, just lost them all. Queen of Wands. Creative, passion. All right. Let's do, I guess, Wands first, or fire energies first. So Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. What fire signs need to know: love, romance, advice. It's the King of Cups. It's actually come up before, so this has something to do with, I don't remember, so I'll look it up. And the Knight of Chalices is on the bottom, so what of Cups? Water energy. Satisfaction. The magic of the spiced tea. A transparent and harmonious relationship must be fueled by surprises, awe, and constant bantering. So making sure that you have that sort of witty bantering or fun with each other, you know, give each other a little bit of tease, you know, have a little fun and surprise each other. And that is if you're in a relationship. If not, like looking for someone that you have that good exchange with. Maybe that's coming into your life. Maybe that's you, King of Chalices, King of Cups. Someone who is kind of, I think say like sensitive, but not like in a girly way. Someone, I think, you know, a strong man is able to be in touch with what, you know, he's feeling. And it's kind of sexy, you know. And since this is a general reading, this could apply to women as well, or it could be your partner. King of Cups is just someone who feels, someone who is, could be someone who has feelings for you, or is exhibiting those sorts of emotional type, just feeling a lot, you know. Are you feeling good? He looks like he's kind of, I don't know what he looks like. He's kind of like petting her. It kind of reminds me of the thing I just showed you that he's wearing. But yeah, so I also think of cups as creative energy, too, a little bit, not as like coming more from like, yeah, emotions, less from the like passionate go-getter, like want to get something done kind of energy. So it's utilizing all the emotions that you have to maybe get creative in love or with whoever you're with, or creative sort of surprise date, something like that. It's just something that you maybe love to do together, or just the kind of person that you're looking for, the kind of person that you, or characteristics you're exhibiting. Again, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So, and it's all sort of like, say, like soft and kindness and things like that. So maybe just being a little bit tender, I guess is a good word, and sensitive to the situation or person, or even with yourself, self-love, that kind of thing. Sometimes this person is on some sort of island too, surrounded by water. So, again, it's not being isolated. It's not, it's connecting, I feel like, to maybe just being on the same wavelength as someone. But I read these mainly upright because there are some negative cards in here. So I'd say it's a good sign for fire signs that there is some strong, sensitive, again, good foundation that came through before as well. Someone who's in control of their emotions, someone who is someone who has a lot of mojo too. Like, that's actually come through for this card, or in different decks, but mojo, genius, things like that. Someone who is just very emotionally intelligent also. So I also want to say, like, feeling like touching, feeling, pressing, things like that. Just being good emotional, I don't know what else to say about this card. So, yeah, satisfaction, though, is what it really means here. Spiced tea, maybe. I thought of the double card in the Art of Life Tarot, actually, as well. And it's a painting from Thailand. So, no, maybe tea leaves. Maybe, maybe just satisfied with something, that's some sort of transparent, harmonious relationship, fueled by surprises, awe, and constant bantering. Sounds fun. Sounds inspiring. Sounds fulfilling, satisfying. So, again, the Knight of Chalices on the bottom, so that would be modesty, the magic of the red candle. Without encounters with others, you cannot find yourself. So, but that's, yeah, so maybe encountering something. But really, I'll go with the King of Cups, and say that that's a good sign. Either you or someone else has feelings and things are moving in a positive direction. I'll do water signs next. So also, keep in mind your moon sign having to do with emotions, and Venus signs as well. Let's see. For water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe there's like some steaminess with the fire and the water. And water signs. What do the water signs need to know from now until whenever they see this? A 2 of chalices. It's also kind of want to come out. Strength and stars, but I'll go with 2 of chalices. So it's like the 2 of cups. A lot of cups, a lot of like deep connection. Feeling strongly, feeling like someone is understanding you on a deeper level. And yeah, there's just some sort of mutual feeling, admiration maybe, or understanding of one another. This is involvement for this deck. Involvement, the magic of the scarab. Tenderness. That's funny. Attraction, affection, and collaboration. You can seduce by leaving yourself open to seduction. So maybe there's a lot of water energy coming through. So maybe you have a lot of water in your chart, or besides being a water sign yourself, since that came through fire signs. Yeah, there's a little beetle here on the bottom. So 2 cups, though. That is really seeing eye to eye and being on the same page with someone and understanding where they're coming from, understanding who they are beneath the surface. It can, on a more mundane level, just be a good exchange, conversation that maybe has to do with talking about emotions. But I kind of feel like it's not even really having to say something. Love means never having to say you're sorry. Love story. But yeah, so it's just understanding someone, I think, and it's a great sign. Maybe I'll read the stars too, since that kind of wanted to come out. Attraction. So attraction twice. There's 2 attractions. The magic of the union. An action aimed at attracting with no obligation brings serenity and relieves the soul of pettiness. It is only a romantic invitation to love. The rest will come spontaneously. So the surprise is spontaneous. Serenity, kind of like the King of Cups. No obligations. I feel like it's like doing things without expectations, just to make someone happy, doing things to, again, like this surprises, spontaneity, doing things because you want to, because you know it'll make someone happy, or you hope that it will, but with no obligations, like, so no strings attached kind of thing. But I feel like with this 2 of Cups, it's more like, again, like just no strings attached in the sense that, no expectations. Like, just you're doing things out of sheer goodwill kind of thing, because you want someone to be happy, because you have good intentions, not because you want something from them or that kind of thing, There's no fine print or that kind of, relationship. So, attraction, I feel like, and without pettiness, just being open too. So that is that sort of like open exchange, and not having to hold back in a way, not having to cover anything up, not having to, I think it's just feeling like you can open up to someone, that came through before with the breaking down of walls and that kind of thing. So here she is pouring some milk or something like that, I think, on him, and then the stars are in the Tree of Life formation. So maybe there's some sort of like was going to say like crossing paths, because if you've ever looked up the Tree of Life tarot lines with the different placements, and you can see how the different how they're all connected and they cross paths, different major arcana. So I just want to say crossing paths, maybe it's written in the stars, or those kinds of things. But I just feel like there's some sort of maybe force bringing things together, making things come, bringing you two together, whether you are in a relationship or not, that keep you together too. So really good signs, the stars and the 2 cups. Let's see. Maybe I'll do air signs next. Air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. What do air signs need to know? Oh, geez. Love, romance from now until the Knave of Pentacles. A lot of this like dripping. Yeah, so 6 of Swords on the bottom. A lot of the same like positioning and things like that. So just getting busy, I guess. Here, didn't I say something about the red candle came up? So maybe there's some overlap here. Knave of Pentacles. This is arousal. The magic of the wine goblet. Transgression leads to excitement, but neither one nor the other can last without some moderation. So I think that's that kind of overlap with modesty, moderation, everything in moderation. Making sure that there's good balance between, especially if you're in a relationship, not losing friends as soon as you're in a relationship, that kind of thing. Or even just keeping things a little bit, moderation, I guess. Arousal. Don't really know what else to say about that. Knave of Pentacles could be Capricorn. I think of knaves, but also a message. Maybe has something to do with again, admiration, holding something up. Here, again, a little bit different, but the wine. What did I say? The wine goblet. The wine goblet. There you go. And he looks a little bit suspicious, but also like he's got her back. So air signs, maybe you'll be receiving some sort of information message. Maybe less so information since it is Earth, but yeah. So making something last too, leaving them wanting more. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting from that. There's three wine glasses here though, so again, maybe moderation. Maybe Pentacles, or maybe you're dealing with an Earth sign. Could be someone younger as well. Let's see what the 6 of Swords means. This is shaking things up. I kind of feel like that goes along with the Tower and things like that. So, magic of the purple flowers. You must overcome the fear of judgments, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. You must give yourself a good shake and take some risks. So arousal and shaking things up. So maybe you just need to get out of your old routine, things like that, and make things feel a little bit new or try something different. Whether you're, again, with someone or not, but shaking things up. Maybe it's also someone outside your norm who you typically date. Oops. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm losing them all. Maybe there's someone outside your, what you typically consider your type, that is trying to get your attention. Okay, these all got mixed up now. Just this, okay. And you should maybe give them a chance. It could also, like, I almost wanted to say, like, someone was just cheering you on in a way or something. Some good news, some good, something good coming in, kind of like the tower shaking things up. So, I don't know, hope that was helpful. For earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What do earth signs need to know? For love, romance. Wind is crazy tonight. I don't know what that was. Justice, wind. I'll pull another one though. Let's see. I don't know. I think I just move a lot because my hair is fine when I start and it's always a mess by the end. So, I try to stay still. There you go. Earth signs. Wow, 4 cards popped up. And where they split, maybe there's a lot of information coming through for earth signs. Where they split is the Hermit and the World. And the 5 of Swords. This is the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the Wheel, and the Emperor. I almost feel like the 5 and the 5 are just, I don't know. Because here is this guy looking in on 2 people. A lot of cards, a lot going on with book ended by the Hermit and the World. Just want to show you those really quick. Again, kind of looking in on maybe something. Holding a flame for someone. 3 and 5, 14. I don't know, maybe here's the Justice card too, which is also 8. She looks a little bit like disoriented. Okay. What to go with? We'll go with the positive card looking cards, not the like isolated ones. So, let's see. 4 of Wands. Plane. magic of the seven beings. Sexual intent is born of play and enjoyment, just as harmony is born of happiness. And they look pretty happy. So, again, like I said, the Four of Wands has been coming through a lot. So, maybe it's important. I just think of like, hooray, when that card comes up. So take that for what it means here and how this translates to you. Play, maybe just having fun, livening things up. The wheel. Number 10, change. The seduction of the mirror. Propitious destiny to be seized, or old desires and feeling undergoing transformation. By observing, you understand where and how to change your strategy. So 3 women here. Maybe you're changing up your preferences, changing up who it is you're with. Maybe you're changing your perspective because we have the mirror here and you're just, showing a different side of yourself or being, something's reflecting. Seduction of the mirror. So, destiny to be seized, kind of like the stars that came up before. Our old desires and feelings undergoing transformation. So maybe you're changing the way that you look at someone or something. With 4 here. Or, yeah. I never really know what to say with these. Feel a bit strange giving people sex advice. But, again, these apply in lots of different contexts. So see how it works out for you. Hopefully good. And, yeah. So, and by observing, you understand where and how to change your strategy. So, observation, reflection, examination. Life unexamined isn't worth living. So, yeah, being able to examine things, being able to get into the details of something, or with someone maybe, or just getting the wheels turning, getting things moving, changing things up a bit. Location, activities, how you feel or think about someone, what you want, what's maybe true with the Justice card. And we have the Emperor here. So, let's see. Virility. The magic of the stones. To exercise the power entrusted to you, you must know how to dominate yourself. It's kind of like a Chinese fortune cookie word advice. Usually the Emperor goes Capricorn, maybe Taurus, Aries, or just someone who is kind of like just has, again, a strong foundation, or someone who he looks a little bit like, they both look a little bit like exhausted here. Like a little bit disoriented. Maybe whoever you're with is making you feel a bit disoriented. Drunken love, I think of, because this is like, I don't know, yeah. Having sort of truth, it looks like he's daydreaming about, like, maybe this fountain is reminding him of something, someone, maybe pouring out like the stars. Yeah, so it's someone who is just, it's number 4 in the major arcana. It really depends on your situation. I keep wanting to say like someone in charge, someone who, but having to do with like love and romance and things like that. It's just maybe taking charge, taking the reins a bit, being just sort of a stand-up guy or gal, however it works out for you. Let's see, justice, here they're switched to, so meeting. The sword of power. To obtain love, you must give something in exchange and pay the price for the errors of the past. So, that's weird. The Empress was just sitting there too. 3. Lots of major arcana, so important changes. The Wheel, the Emperor, Justice, maybe the Empress, the Hermit. Lots of things going on for Earth signs. The World, where all these cards split. And I want to say like meeting. So maybe you're meeting this person, whoever this represents to you. You're meeting, I'm going to say the person of your dreams, someone who will tell you the truth. I think that's really important. Someone who will tell you the truth, whether it's easy to hear or not. Sword of power, again, kind of being in control, or maybe reflecting on maybe you're just wondering how to meet someone, how to instigate something or something like that. Let's give something in exchange and pay the price for the errors of the past. So I don't really know how that, maybe you just feel like maybe there just needs to be an equal exchange. Trying to get on the same page with someone, kind of like water signs. I got the 2 of Cups. There wasn't really any, everything else seems pretty positive, like play and change, maybe intermission. There's usually 2 sides of, the justice, doorway also, gateway, things like that. So I'm wondering maybe how to change things up, how to get involved, how to tell someone something, how to make things fair or right in a situation that you're in. And there's just like a lot of balance too. 10, 4, 8, 2 4s actually. So I think it's about having to strike some sort of balance or get your point across, but doing it in some sort of like playful way maybe. Veracity, is that what it said? Vitality, virility, magic the stones. To exercise the power entrusted in you, must know how to dominate yourself. So being in control of yourself as well. There's a lot of cards that come up with moderation and modesty and things like that. So just getting control of what you can control and maybe not needing to be in control of everything and doing what you can, I feel like. I kind of like want to say like make the effort or something like that. But this is someone who usually, has a good understanding of something. So maybe you need to get some more information. Maybe you need to have that good, like healthy exchange of talking, things like that. But either way, I feel like there's a lot having to do with balance. So what you need to do in order to achieve some sort of balance or enhance the playfulness, change things up, allow for change in, look forward to change, and look forward. Yeah, look forward. And maybe there's just someone who kind of want to know what the world means, because it's always a good card. So for you guys, you got like a ton of cards. The world, gratification. Just being grateful too. Maybe just saying thank you. Magic, intimacy, touch ensures continuity. I think I mentioned something about touch before. A gratifying and complete relationship, peace and lasting happiness, a serene family. So all those kinds of things sound good. So lots of positive things coming through for all signs, and I hope they were helpful, and I hope you enjoy this reading. You can check out any links I put below. If you think of any songs or anything that complements this reading, find connections with, I'll put in the expanded details below, along with the rune meanings. And yeah, thanks for being here with me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading and didn't get too much creative things coming through, but we'll see. If no promises. I don't know what's going to happen as far as readings go in the future. Kind of, again, just they might be a little bit spontaneous, like this reading. But yeah, I enjoyed getting back at it, and I hope you did too. So have a great now until the end of the week. Whenever you see this, I hope you enjoyed it, and talk to you later. See you soon. Bye.